Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace be upon us all. Shalom. So, in this video, I and my team will provide opinions and explanation about how technology is used appropriate and inappropriate through the two pictures above. But before that, let me introduce myself and my team. I'm Dianatia Evan Katemar, and my team is Debbie Lucianti Hukom, Elvira Santilatu, Firman Syarumatiga, and Roland Reski Rahan Toknam. We are from Team 5 in Class C, Study Program Informatic Engineering ITB Stikom Ambon. The purpose of making this presentation is to get final semester exam scores and also to help everyone watching this video understand how to use technology properly so that it is not misused. For the first pictures, which is about PUBG for kids, which is discussed, namely the negative impact of PUBG mobile games for children and solutions to overcome this negative impact.
The negative impact of PUBG mobile game for children. Number 1, Big Nighty. As parents, of course, we do not want our children to be around. PUBG game teaches every user to be a violent person to save himself from the enemy. This can be bad for children who are in the grade stage because in general a child will do action that he can see. In addition to the action of a child will also be difficult to manage because in PUBG games in where they will do any action for the sake of their pleasure without being regulated by anyone.
Number 3, easy emotion. In this PUBG game, in addition to many players who use the word dirty, also many players are easily emotional if other players make mistake. Actually, the game is made for pleasure, no seriousness. Another case, for those who use the game as their search eyes, with so many players whose emotion a child will imitate also the action to other players who are weaker than him in return for other players who are emotional toward him. They will bully or insult players who are weaker than him. In addition, in the real world, in controlling emotion, a child will have difficulty in controlling it because has accustomed himself to expressing his emotion in the game.
For lazy to learn. With the pleasure of the child with this PUBG game a lot of every parent who complains about the child's school failure that gushes due to too often playing games. Because the time that child we will should to learn and make homework spent playing with the game. Even in school they will continue to talk about this game in the conversation, either in the hall of instruct or in the lesson.
Eat irregularly. In addition to lazy learning, they will also be lazy in eating because as a person who has got a favorite will be difficult for them to turn away from it. A child will procrastinate on eating while playing games, and worse still, there are many who resist hunger just for the sake of playing the game. And the last, sleep late at night. In addition to eating irregularly and lazy to learn, usually they will constantly play PUBG games with friends who are in the game to continue playing with it even they do not prioritize time in playing games. Not a few children now who already have smartphones that like to play games until late at night, and this will be bad for the child in his infancy. Solution to overcome the negative impact of PUBG mobile games for children. Number 1. Limit usage time. Children today tend to feel at home staring at their gadget screens, especially when playing games. For the reason, parents must firmly set a time limit for playing games so that children don't forget school assignments or other activity. Number 2, increase the duration slowly. After setting a time limit for playing games, it will be better for parents to slowly increase the duration of the time limit. Breaking the chain of habits cannot be done suddenly and quickly. It takes a process and time to stop game addiction in children. Number 3, invite children to discuss. The simplest action that can be taken is to invite children to discuss and provide information about the dangers of staring at a gadget screen for too long. Try not to scold and blame the child's habits. Number 4, provide alternative activities. Invite children to do other hobbies without involving gadgets, such as painting, reading, dancing, playing music, or others. Or it could be by giving traditional or modern toys. This can be used as a way to distract children from gadget games. Number 5, give gifts. There is nothing wrong with giving gifts to children as a form of appreciation for their efforts to avoid their favorite game. Children must be happy with all kinds of gifts given by their parents. Okay, for the second pictures, there is coding for kids, which is discussed, namely the positive impact of coding for children.
Positive impact of coding for children. Number 1, hone computational thinking skill to analyze problem and find solution. Computational thinking is the ability to analyze problem and design solutions that are structured and logical so that they can be understood by both computers and humans. When learning to code, children will be trained gradually to devise logical interaction for a computer to run. Coding is very synonymous with the complexity that excites the error of writing uppercase and lowercase letters will be a disaster in the programming world. So from the beginning, children are trained to hone logical and find solution independently with special application to learn coding. This will train computational thinking skills, which are useful as profession to overcome problems found both in education and everyday life. Programming jobs or less skill application will require teamwork between one program and other.
Train children to communicate and express ideas. When learning to code, children are not only taught to write instructions that only computer understand. This instruction must also be understandable to others. Because good programming code is instruction that can be understood by both computer and human. Coding is also a group activity. Game programming jobs are large-scale applications will require teamwork between one programmer and another. This will make children to learn to prepare coding work that are easily understood by others. This will train to children to expressing ideas to others. Benefit of learning to code for children.
Encourage children to innovate and hone creativity. Coding is a science that is closely related to technology, and technology is always evolving by continuously spawning innovation in accordance with human needs. Children will get used to adapting to technological change as well as learning to explore the solutions needed in the everyday life through technology. It will foster a spirit of innovation as well as hone creativity to create new things that are useful to them. By learning coding in this digital era, children will feel like learning about magic because with coding they can build an application whose solution is needed by many people. By learning to code, children already have a strong capital for his future career because at least he has tried it since childhood.
Forming a positive personality. When learning to code, sometimes children are faced with problems that are difficult to solve. With the guidance of a teacher, children will be ready to continue to try and explore ideas to find solutions to the problem. This will train perseverance, sharpness, and work and unyielding spirit in the child when they suck on finding a solution to the problem encountered. There will be sense of confidence that can be the foundation for them to overcome or the challenge in the future.
Provide to compete in the world of work in the future. Currently, technology is developing very rapidly, even predicted that technology will increasingly play an important role in all fields in the future. Do not rule out the possibility if there will be some type of work that is replaced by a machine or computer. Automatically, by learning to code from an early age, children will be equipped with the ability to adapt to technological developments, and the knowledge gained from learning coding can be applied to various types of work, not just jobs in the field of programming only. But by learning to code, children already have a strong capital for his future career because at least he has tried it since childhood. Okay, that's the presentation video from us Team 5. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and shalom.